Today's edition of AM Minnesota, we've got a very informative program coming your way today. Not that we don't every day, but today we're going to learn about a lot of happenings at the Paradise Center for the Arts downtown Faribault. I always call it Faribault's hidden gem. It's not so hidden, but it is a gem, and it's right here in Faribault. We are so blessed to have the Paradise here, and if we want the Paradise to stay here, folks, we have to support it.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to support it. Julie Fakler is with us, and Sandy Hardy Hagen. Sandy.
Yes, sir.
How long has it been? We used to serve on a church council together.
Oh, I'm guessing at least 10, 12 years, another decade. I don't know.
And you moved. You left us.
Yes, I'm back. It's nice to be back with the theater. It's great.
You're down in Owatonna now.
Yes.
You like living there?
Yes. Of course I do.
She gave me
a lot
that
of good
look.
things.
Like, why are you asking
is there
me
a
this?
part B to that question?
No.
Okay.
Just curious.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about holidays, which is next week at the Paradise. A lot of other information that we're going to cover. Tomorrow, by the way, the president of Faribault Bethlehem Academy will be with us. And I think he's bringing some students. I always enjoy visiting with kids. Monday,
I'll be back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger here.
Nice.
She'll be back on Monday to talk about more happenings at the Paradise. The Ag Business Luncheon is November 17th. Jerry will have details on Election Day. Tuesday, I don't think I need to remind everyone. The place to tune to get those election results is right here, the mighty 920. We'll have them on the air, on the radio, and of course we'll have them on the website too, KDHLradio.com or Power96Radio.com. So, only got a couple of minutes in the first segment, Julie. So give us a teaser, if you would, about some of the things we're going to talk about here today.
Well, first of all, we've got the second weekend of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and you can get tickets at ParadiseCenterForTheArts.org. We've got tickets for tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're going to talk about holidays and the rest of November.
So there's a lot of stuff going on in November and into December at the Paradise. And Sandy's here because you're the director of the play, right?
Yes. It's my first one to direct here. I've been involved in a lot of plays between Faribault and Owatonna.
Right.
And this is, I think, my number 6 to direct children's, and the first one here in Paradise.
So do you specialize in children's plays?
Well, so far it seems like, seriously, there's only myself and one other person that do community theater with children's plays. I'm not sure why, but
You've done adult ones too?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay. I was just going to ask if it's harder to do children's plays than adult plays. They probably, I would guess, would follow direction better than adults.
I was going to say, good question. Talk about looks. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really different. The children, it's more challenging, I think, really.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yes. It is written by C.S. Lewis, who was born in Ireland at the late 1800s, and he was a very educated man, an author. He went to Oxford. He had different groups, poet groups, and he was friends with Tolkien, who wrote The Lord of the Rings. And they have a lot of similarities, and they would kind of compare and critique each other when they went to school.
So
very
this is
educated
like
man.
Lord of the Rings?
In a way, it kind of is. It's people taking an adventure. Yeah, fantasy and all kinds of creatures. There's some bad, there's evil, and then there's good. The good wins at the end, but there's adventures.
Well, of course. Good always conquers evil, right?
Yes, so far. Yes, okay.
I don't think I'd want to go to a play if the evil conquered the good.
Oh, yeah, I know. This doesn't happen. Not in this show.
Again, the Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe, will get more details about that. And we'll get more details about the holidays, which is next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Right, Julie?
Yes.
Thursday hours are 3 until 8, noon until 5 Friday, noon until 5 Saturday. As I've noted before on the show many times, I think art is a terrific gift to give people because there's no same thing that you're going to get. You know what I'm saying?
One of a kind, yep.
If I were to get Dad a tie when he was alive, and my brother was to get Dad a tie, we might have chosen the same tie. That doesn't happen with art.
No.
And it supports artists here, too.
Yeah, get something unique, buy local.
Yeah, it's benefits the community. So we're going to talk more about that when Amy
January's
stares.
252 lower when 1840.
Supposed to say something.
And hogs this morning.
That's what
are
the kids
lower
have been doing in some of the rehearsals. You've got to tell them to stop. If you're forgetting your lines, the kids are going.
82 lower, 53.17.
Don't do that.
We are online
People
at
see that.
brownfieldagnews.com.
Some of the best conversations are off the air here. We're just
Yes.
chatting about being in plays and forgetting lines and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy Hardy Hagen is with us. She's the director of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting combination.
Yeah.
And Julie Fakler is with us from the Paradise Center for the Arts. So what do we want to start with? We want to talk about holidays first, or we want to talk about the play first? The play is
Let's go
tonight,
with the play.
right?
The play starts tonight.
We
Well, not starts. It's
It's
second
their second weekend.
second weekend. We restart again tonight for 4 more shows.
How did that go last weekend?
It went pretty well. Nobody fell off the stage and nobody got hurt.
That's a positive.
That's a good thing, yes. Pretty good attendance. And the kids did pretty well. I have 23 in the cast. I may have mentioned that. And there's about 3 adults. And the kids are getting along pretty well. And I think as each day goes on, each performance, they realize what they're doing. And there's an audience out there to encourage them and be better at what they're doing. I think theater is also a great leadway for future things that they'll be involved in, whether it's school, getting up and speaking in front of other people. Some kids are not into sports, and it's a nice activity for them, and they can do it the rest of their lives.
Oh, I think it helps develop your heart.
Yes, it does. And
Yeah,
you
your
know, they
soul.
make friends there, and sometimes they don't see each other for a few years, and they come back, and then they kind of revamp, and they collect their thoughts and get back together again. Good friendships. It's good. It teaches you a lot.
Yeah. So you did touch on what the play's about, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Are there any other details you want to reveal? Obviously you want people to come to the play, but
Oh, yes, you know, it really is a children's play. It's a fantasy play, and a lot of people, it's one in a series, The Chronicles of Narnia. I think there's 7 books or 7 stories, and each one involves the children and Aslan, the lion. And they take a different adventure, and again, they're the heroes, and they help get rid of evil and bad things and good. And I would recommend probably children 5 years and older. Their kids are used to all kinds of scary things, I think, now, and I don't think there's really much scary to a really small child in this. And because there are a lot of children, and the audience gets a hold of a particular character on stage, and they really like that person.
C.S. Lewis is known for some very famous quotes, mostly dealing with Christianity.
Yes?
So is this play kind of based on the Bible, or?
Well, I believe it is. He was a man who I think was an atheist for a while there, and then one day he was going to the zoo. He was kind of questioning things, and he went to the zoo and came back and accepted Christ. And so a lot of that stuff, I think, when he accepted that, then he would be reading the Bible, and then he would see, well, there's a lot of similarities, and that's when he really started putting some pieces together. And again, I say that because the hero is Aslan. He's like the savior. And then there's the bad people. Well, the witch would be maybe like Satan. And then everybody else is a follower, good and evil, by fighting each other. They are redeemed, and Aslan is the savior, and he comes back to life. Oh, I said too much, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
give it
No,
away.
I did not know that he was an atheist at one time.
He was, as a small child. His mother died early, and I think he was just sort of lost in a way. And he was very educated. And he tried to disprove Christianity, and he has written some books about that. Mere Christianity is one, and the Screw Tape Letters. And again, he made a really lot of life changes, and kind of like a new joy or a light opened up within his heart, I think. And
Just by going to the zoo.
Yes. Maybe that's why he has animals in this. I don't know.
Well, isn't that interesting? And
Well, that's
then,
a little bit.
obviously, he liked animals, the lion,
Yeah. Strong character,
the witch,
which, yeah, she's doing a good job, too.
and the wardrobe.
Well, it's almost like you have to have an entryway. And the story is about, I think I mentioned to you about, in the 40s, during the war, 4 children are sent away to their uncle's house in a big mansion out in the country. And so they're exploring the mansion, and one of the girls falls upon this big wardrobe, which is a big closet. And she opens it up and keeps walking through, and she keeps walking farther and farther and finds some really exciting different things that she did not expect. And that's where she meets Narnia and some of the people who live there.
Before we hit the airwaves, you were telling me you have cast members from all over the region.
Oh gosh, we have Mankato, Dundas, Kenyon, Faribault, Owatonna, I think Waterville. I think there's about 8 different places, and you know, I was really impressed that someone would come from Mankato. This is a real like story. A lot of people and adults read it to their children, and they come that far and be that dedicated.
Did you have a good audience last weekend?
According to Kathy Rush, who is our producer, she said yes.
Yeah.
She's been a great help, and I do want to make sure we cannot put on a show if we don't have a place to go and we don't have the crew members. And I really think an important part is the lights, because I tell the kids, you could get the greatest costumes on, the most wonderful makeup, but you're standing on dark in the stage. So what? You know, we need the lights. So I do want to give a kudos and a thanks to everybody involved. You know, the board, everybody who works to get it so we can present it.
Yeah. So Julie, Holidays is next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think we already touched on the fact that it's an art sale, right?
Yes, we'll have about 20 regional artists selling their wares, everything from silk scarves, jewelry, paintings, pottery, fused glass, all kinds of wonderful items to buy for Christmas presents.
Yeah, you name it, it's probably there.
And the grand opening will be next Thursday, November 10th, from 3 to 8. We will also have the Chamber's Business After Hours during that event, and Warehouse A is co-sponsoring the Business After Hours with us.
And that's Thursday, 3 until 8?
Yep, we'll have live music, food, the artists there. Just come and stop down and see us. It'll be a great time.
A lot of other stuff's going on too. I see this weekend you have a raku firing.
Raku firing, we're going to do that at Lockerbie Sheet Metal with Mark Lasardi from Continental Clay. And stop on by if you want to check it out and see what's going on. We'll be there from 9:30 to 4:30.
And Diane Lockerbie's teaching a class for beginners, right?
Yes, yep.
Be like me, I've never done this. That is the definition of a beginner. It does sound interesting though. Have you ever done this?
Yes, we did it this summer. We got a grant from the Southeastern Minnesota Arts Council to do that. And we had such a great time that everybody wanted to do it again.
Well, that's cool. And that's come up this Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday. The class, is that at 9:30?
It starts at 9:30.
It's not all day though, the class, right?
Yeah, 9:30 to 4:30.
The class is all day?
Yes. Well, we've already made our pots and our sculptures, so you actually take those over to Lockerbie Sheet Metal, glaze them, and fire them on Saturday.
Okay.
It's kind of like Christmas. You glaze it, and you pull it right out of the kiln, and you can take it home right away.
You said we, so you're involved in this too?
I'm taking it, yes.
So is that for children and adults?
We have children and adults doing it.
Okay.
Oh,
very good.
okay. So is there an age limit?
I think anybody under 16, we ask that they have an adult helper with them, just because we are playing with, fire and hot things. Yep.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff going on. Wine, Women, and Comedy, is that this next weekend?
That is Saturday, November 12th, and we have Maxine Jeffries, a comedian, extremely hilarious. That starts at 7 with a wine tasting, and I think we have an opener. The sisters, there will be opening for Maxine, and then Maxine will go on. So if you want to come and get a good laugh in, come down and see us on November 12th.
And if you get enough wine, the laughter will come in.
And you can also get tickets for that on Paradise Center for the Arts.org. So go to our website, click on the ticket tab, it'll show you the theater, click on where you'd like to sit, and it will walk you through the process.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Nice to have that feature. Is the same true for the play?
Yes, you can get your Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe tickets online also.
Oh, how convenient is that?
Very. You have no excuse.
Absolutely.
No.
You know what the tickets are for the Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe, and all things in between?
Yep, they are $14 for members, $15 for non-members, students 12 and under, or children 12 and under, $10 for the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Wine, Women, and Comedy, you do have to be 21 to participate in the wine. That is $17 for members, $22 for non-members, Students would be $10. So we're looking for college students. Bring your ID.
Oh, you just made it then. You're legal to go now.
Oh, gee, thanks, Sandy. I don't know why she's buttering up to me.
Oh, I don't know.
And then after that, we'll have a gallery opening November 18th for our members. And then we do have an add-on. Joseph Hall's Rock and Roll Remember is coming November 18th at 7:30. And he's the cute, young, hot Elvis. All the women just love him.
They go nuts over it.
Oh, yes, they do. Yeah. November 18th, and you can get your tickets for that online also. Those are $20 and $25.
So he shakes it like Elvis and everything.
He's got the moves, he's got the looks, got the voice.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
People like that.
Yeah.
A lot of Elvis fans out there.
Yes, there are. He could sing.
Yes.
I mean, Elvis Presley wasn't just a handsome guy. He could sing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he changed rock and roll music.
Yes, he did. A big part of that. Yeah.
That's why they called him the King,
Yep.
right?
I thought it was Elvis the Pelvis.
Well, that was the first part.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then he became the King,
The King, yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Goody, may I say one thing too? I want to thank the Faribault Daily News for being a sponsor to help put this show on.
Okay. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. We've received information about the fact that people from 8 different communities are in this play.
Yes.
In a play, you have to get along,
Yes.
right?
Yes, and it
I mean,
could be
chemistry's big.
tight quarters down there where they get their makeup and everything on. You have to be good listeners, and really, that's right, get along well.
And in today's social media world, it'll be nothing for these kids to keep up with each other.
Oh gosh, it's practically have to rip the phones out of their hands before they go on stage sometimes. I'm not kidding. Put that down. Oh my gosh. They like their phones. And social media, yes, they put themselves out there quite a bit.
So this being a children's play, it's probably shorter than...
Right, good point. It's about an hour and a half, including a 15-minute intermission, so the little ones can handle that too. And it moves along pretty well. There's activity going on throughout the whole play, so they should be able to be pretty attentive to it.
And we have 2 matinees. The Saturday's at 2 and the Sunday is at 2. So November 5th and 6th, you could take your children and then still have your evening free, and they're not out too late.
Remember this
Right,
weekend, you
right.
fall back.
Back.
The clock.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yep.
Fall back an hour.
So if we start at 2, Gordy, what time should I set my phone and my clock back?
Your phone will automatically set itself.
Okay,
Won't
good.
it?
Yes,
Most
you're
cell
right.
phones, smartphones.
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Set it back an hour.
I
That's a
love
good
that.
point.
Then I got to run around the house and change all the clocks. But the cell phone,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to change.
That's good. As long as it's charged.
Get on AM Minnesota today. We have Sandy Hardy Hagen. She is the director of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Her debut here at the Paradise Center for the Arts. You've done a lot of plays down in Owatonna, as you noted.
Yeah.
Julie Fakler's with us from the Paradise. And you guys will be back on Monday.
Monday with some artists, holiday artists, to talk about our wares and what we're selling and what we're planning for this next weekend.
Because it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The hours are 3-day Thursday, noon to 5 Friday, noon to 5 Saturday. And of course you can stick around Saturday and attend Wine, Women, and Comedy.
Yes, and we'll have pare down all the artist items, and we will have items for sale until December 23rd. And they'll be in the Carlander Gallery, the Varanish Boardroom Gallery, and the gift shop.
Do
So-
men typically attend the Wine, Women, and Comedy show?
Oh, we do have a few. It's mostly women, but I've seen a few men attend. But Maxine is hilarious. If you go online, you can see a little clip of her act.
Okay.
Has she been here before?
I don't believe she's been here before.
Okay, what was her name again?
Maxine Jeffries.
Jeffries. Maxine Jeffries.
Jeffris. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but the spelling, if you're looking online, is Jeffris.
She from the Minnesota?
I'm not sure. I'd have to check on that.
Oh, okay.
I know she's been on HBO and Comedy Central.
So she's been out
And
there.
she's
Yep.
coming to the Paradise.
Yes.
Yes.
Paradise Center for the Arts.
It looks like she's also been on the Tonight Show.
I hate to make you remember things off the top of your head here, Sandy, but can you tell me who the lead cast members are in your play? Where they're from?
Well, where they're from, that would be the children. One is from Waterville, one is from Faribault, one Owatonna. I think two are from Faribault. And then the witch is played by a gal in Owatonna. They'll have to come to the show and see their names. I'm not going to say them.
Oh, you're not? Oh.
Aslan
That's
is...
already kind of
Oh, I could. Aslan is from Dundas, and he has two of his children, and they're all getting along well. Very well. I could read some parts of some names that would help, if I can find them. We have Andrew Artley as the Aslan the witch. And I'm sorry, the White Witch is Bernadette Donlin. Lucy is Becca Millalick. Edmund is London Karen. Peter is Bodie Esser. Susan is Faith Jameson. Mr. Beaver is John Bedell. He's from Claremont. Mrs. Beaver is Molly Boyd. Unicorn is Violet Thompson. The Centaur is Kendrick Hispert. Tumnus is from Mankato, and that is Sophia Roop. Fenris Ulf, our villain, is Lewis Wilder. The Dwarf is Justin Delisha. Father Christmas is Luke Havamaki. Elf is Kiara Artley. The Wood Nymph, we have two, Hannah Ray and Rachel Bauer. And Aslan's army include Piper Artley, Haley Chambers, Ethan Amundsen, and Grayson Durand. So that's our main people here
All right.
to entertain you.
Again, the performances tonight?
Yes, we have a comeback tonight, Thursday, 7:30. And the doors open half an hour before showtime, and also again on Friday at 7:30. And like we said, Saturday and Sunday.
I don't know
Um,
if she got
afternoon
mentioned.
matinee.
Kendall Hopwood also is Aslan's army. If I deleted her or didn't omitted her, sorry. So that's
Yeah,
who we have. She's not listed in the program here. That's the
Uh-oh.
cast of characters. There's
I
always
thought that
something you
got fixed,
forget.
but- no, I thought it got fixed, but I don't see it in here.
Sorry then. And yeah, those things happen. But I want to thank everybody who's coming in. We have Denise Holland, who's doing our hair and some makeup, and her daughter Gina. They've been
She
involved
was
in a
on
lot
the
of
show
plays.
once.
She was.
Yeah, trying to give me hair.
I'm thinking it did not work, but I could be wrong because you have a hairy lip. So that's important too. Yes. And Mark Tuzanon has done a lot of lights. He's involved.
I heard comments about that show for at least a decade after the show. I'm not kidding. I remember I was at the courthouse in Hastings covering a trial,
Oh my.
and I had somebody, I was waiting in line for, I think I was at McDonald's, I was waiting in line to get some food, and I had a lady jump out of the line next to me, come over and said, "Boy, that hair thing didn't work."
Oops. You got to get Denise back on.
And I said, "Pardon me?" Because, this had been years after we had done the show, and she said she listened to that program, she had to pull off the road, she was laughing so hard.
Denise does a lot of hair and makeup for us for the
Yes.
Paradise Community Theater.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a great gal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the costumes in this play have to be something awesome.
The costumes are very nice too. I mentioned Kathy Rush is the producer, and she's our costume lady. We have very nice and unique costumes.
It's
a lot of
fantasy.
this
You have
makeup.
to have
Mhm.
great
Oh,
costumes.
gosh, yeah. It's a good job. And I want to mention that most of these people are volunteers. They don't
Mhm.
have to. They're there to help because they like it and they love it. They love helping. So thank you to all the volunteers too. But Kathy Rush is on the costumes, and we borrowed one from Little Theater in Owatonna. So pretty much Kathy either made them or vamped them up, or we had them laying around somewhere. So nice. Just come see the costumes too.
Yeah, it's worth it to come see the costumes.
Yeah.
See the lion.
Oh, Lion has a wonderful
Oh, and the
costume,
witch.
and yes, and they do their own makeup pretty much with the help of Denise for the witch, and it's a real nice job. Just the makeup on those two is pretty nice. It's wonderful, yeah.
You mentioned a white witch. Is there more than one witch in this?
Well, she's called the Queen, the White Witch, and the Witch of Narnia, so it's all the same person.
Oh, okay.
Actually, she's a witch, but she thinks she's a queen. And who's going to tell her different? And she has her little sidekick, the dwarf.
Probably
who's
had a
always support-
concussion. Who knows?
Fenris Ulf, captain of her fleetest wolf people and army. Well, they all have different characters, and I like it that they're getting into their character a little bit. And it's nice to see during auditions when usually someone, and we have a few newcomers, somebody will come in and they're pretty much reading the part because they're concentrating on that. By after the end of a few shows, you can see they're really getting into their character and they're getting animated and they understand it a little bit more, and I see that too. That's nice to see.
Well, and I've seen several of these children on stage before, and that's
Mhm.
it's wonderful to see them coming back and enjoying themselves so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be directing us here in a few years. You
Mhm.
just never know.
And we want to keep them coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what keeps our theater alive.
They're our future. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Paradise Center for the Arts, the Paradise Community Theater
Mhm.
is doing this. And again, you can purchase your tickets online.
Yes.
Online, on the computer. You just go to the website. It's so simple.
Mhm.
Or,
It is.
if you prefer,
You
for the
can
human
call us.
touch.
Well, you can call us at 507-332-7372. Extension 1 is the box office. We open at noon today. We're open late on Thursdays till 8 p.m. And also, you can stop in and see us. We'd be happy to see you. Come down, see Anthony Huber, David Roars, and the Bethlehem Academy students' artwork. That will be up through Sunday. So if you haven't seen that artwork, get down to the Paradise and
yeah,
take part.
I put one of the Mr. Huber's pieces up on our website promoting today's
Yes.
show.
Yes, I listened to your interview with him. It was
Wasn't it?
it was very fascinating.
He was a very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
No, and
cool.
I just want to say for people who are not familiar with the Paradise location, it's in the center of Faribault here on Central.
Mhm.
It's not hard to find, and it's a nice theater.
Yeah, we're right
We've never been
downtown,
there. Mhm.
and we did win the Southern Minnesota Scene Best Theater, so best venue.
Yeah, well, it's
I
not
voted.
a bad seat in the house. Not a bad seat in the house.
No.
I usually
That's
sit in
good.
the back. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's true. I was talking to someone last night who's planning to attend, and she said there's good seats on even the sides. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
different
I've
setup.
been there.
It's-
I've been
Oh yeah,
there.
I
Nice.
love the sides on an aisle, and if you got anybody vertically challenged, I would put them on an aisle on the sides.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Look at that, yeah.
No, there's not a bad seat in the house.
No, it's a pretty. I'm glad they were able to save that theater.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people put a lot of work into it, and it's paying off.
It is pretty awesome. So again, holidays, then we'll get more details on Monday about that.
Yep.
Monroe Crossing's coming soon?
Monroe Crossing was just here.
I missed it.
Uh-oh, you
Yep.
missed it.
Great
Was-
performance.
This was last weekend?
The 22nd of October.
Oh, doggone. They're one of my favorite groups.
Oh, maybe they'll come again.
They get the toes a tapping, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They get into their music. I love that. Well, that concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota. Again, thanks to Julie Fakler. We'll have more details on Monday. And you said an artist or two might be with you. That'll be cool.
Yes, I believe Judy Say Willis and Carmen Tripp.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Sandy, break a leg.
Thank you. We will.
Well, in
Thank
show business, it's good saying.
It's a positive thing. Yes.
It sounds
It's a-
weird, I know.
Yes, it does. I couldn't tell you the history,
When you
but
tell
it's a
fellow
good thing.
cast members to break a leg, it just sounds
Yes.
weird.
Yeah. Guess it beats poke an eye.
Yeah, I guess.
Again, thank you for having us on too.
Oh,
Yes,
you
thank
bet.
you.
So come
That's
down
good.
and watch the show.
Yep. Tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon,
Yes.
Yes.
matinees. That concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota on KDHL AM in Faribault, Minnesota.